Surfers. It's Rhiannon here, and man, it's been a morning. I've been trying to film a full moon Mercury Retrograde forecast, and my computer keeps just stopping, and I just keep getting interrupted, which is no wonder because that's all energy of Mercury Retrograde, right? So I decided just to go ahead and get on my phone and just do it because I really felt called to get it out, but I am short on time as I am getting ready to teach a oracle card reading workshop tonight, and I need to get ready for that. So, and of course now my computer's just turning on, so but we're already live, so we're just going to go with it. I doubt anybody will get on and watch live, but this will be available for replay, and I will also post to my YouTube, or sorry, to my Rhiannon Rambles channel. I've also already filmed a, sorry, I'm just going to try to log on to my computer too. I've also, this morning, was able to film a another video that I feel like is very important. Hopefully it I didn't lose it when my computer just randomly shut down. But that video, I'm not sure in which order. Well, no, this is live, so actually this one will obviously already be out there. So if I have time, I will try to post the other one, if not tomorrow. But that one is more, during my meditation this morning to get ready to do this reading, I channeled a message that I feel is really important. And it's regarding the continued stories that keep breaking in the media about sexual assault and people being fired and just the whole thing that's been blowing up with that stuff. So those are my opinions and my insights as to that topic. So if you're interested in that, I will be posting that soon. But I guess I'm just going to go ahead and try to get this reading out. So again, December 3rd, which today is the 30th, so I believe that's Sunday, right? Will be a full super moon, as well as the first official day of Mercury Retrograde. And it is the last full moon of the year, the last month of the year. So I really just kind of wanted to pull some cards as to the upcoming energies, what we need to be focusing on to finish out this year. Okay. And also during that channeled message, which I will be posting separately, that also kind of goes into, at least for me, what I was told we need to be focusing on in the current time and throughout the end of the year. So you can watch that again when it gets posted. But for now, I'm just going to try to, I don't know, I'm not in my normal reading space. I'm in my kids' office and art room because that's where my laptop is. And I was going to do the reading on my laptop, but since that's not working, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put my phone. This is just not what I had in mind, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I've already said this all several times, but then I lost the video. So I have got my Earth Magic deck by Stephen D. Farmer out because this has been one of my really current fave decks. I'll be working with this. I've got my always tried and true Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reed. And the crystals I've been working with and what I worked with during the meditation and the channeling have been Super 7. So this is a really gorgeous Super 7 celestial point. Super 7 is a combination of amethyst. Honestly, I can't remember all of them. Some of them I can't pronounce. You can look it up. It's a really powerful crystal. It's really good for crown and intuition. This is another piece that I have. It's a really beautiful Super 7 tower. So these are the crystals I have. I've already called in spirit. I've already burned sage. I've already done all that multiple times. So I'm just going to get into the reading. I've also got my other chakra decks and crystal decks here if I need those, but I feel like I'm going to be working predominantly with the Earth Magic deck. So even though you're not going to be watching this until later, when you watch this, because there really is no time and space. Just be focused on what are the messages that we need to have come forth for the collective at this time regarding the future energies of the December full supermoon, Mercury Retrograde, as well as finishing out the year of 2017. Anything that we would need to know to get us through these next couple of weeks of this year. It's been a really powerful, transformative, and yet difficult year for everybody. So it's just so dang funny to me. Every single time I do readings for Mercury Retrograde, the cards are upside down. So I've already got one card, and of course it is upside down. So I'm just going to continue to shuffle as we all put our energies into receiving the messages that we need. Ooh, I just got a whole pile. Let's see. And every one of them. Oh, nope. So I just got 4 more cards, 2 more upside down. So I have a total of 3 upside down. So I'm just going to start with this. The first card that I got was Stone People, and it's a card of vigilance. I'll show it to you upright. But it was upside down. So, again, not surprising that we would receive upside down cards going into a Mercury retrograde, but this is the card of vigilance, and it's Stone People. So it's the energy of being steadfast and of being vigilant, being on the lookout. It's hard for me to kind of separate my mind right now from the message that I've already been really deep into today, which again is in the channel message that I'll be posting separately. But with all of the emphasis in the media right now, with the constant breaking scandals of celebrities and famous, notorious people being called out for sexual harassment and transgressions, I feel as though we need to be super vigilant with our energy, what we give it to, what we choose to focus on, and what we choose to let into our, bubble, as well as anything that does penetrate, because it's all well and good to say, okay, stay away from the media. And I did receive that as part of the message. But even myself, it's impossible to stay all the way away. Even if you don't watch the news, if you're on social media, you're constantly being bombarded with people sharing news messages, live feeds. So there's really no way in today's day and age to just disconnect. So that's why it's more important than ever to stay vigilant. Okay. And then we've got, interesting, because we're going into, okay, I've got 2 equinox cards here. One was the spring equinox, which is upright, and one is the summer equinox, which is upside down. So interesting that we would get both of those, that we are getting ready to finish out fall and get ready to start the winter equinox. But the spring equinox is upright, and it's the energy of rebirth. And in my opinion, 2017 has been a year of rebirth for me, for sure. And if you're watching this video, then you're likely on the same journey. Hi, whoever's watching. We're just doing the full moon Mercury retrograde forecast, so you'll have to catch up when I post it on the live. But so anyway, back to rebirth. So I think that that makes a lot of sense, and that was upright, not upside down. And then we also got the summer solstice, but it was upside down. This is bringing me back again to the super powerful full eclipse that we experienced back in August. If you're like me, wow, that definitely set the stage for every single thing that's going on in my immediate world, as far as the journey that I'm on for healing, healing myself and my family, ancestral stuff. Again, that was part of what's in the channel message. But to me, the difference here with this one being upright and this one being upside down is that this is now complete, or we're in the energy of it, and this one we're still needing to work on. Okay, if it were more towards the completion, it would be upright. So since we're upside down here, we still need to Be vigilant, which goes back to the stone people, okay? Be vigilant, be steadfast, and focus on whatever that was, whatever the goals were, whatever the intentions were that you set during that solar eclipse. You need to make sure that you're still staying on that journey, okay? We're not done yet. Okay, then the next card we have is the iceberg, which is the energy of not everything is as it seems, okay? You can think that you know a situation, you can think that you're seeing it clearly, but as with an iceberg, much of it is submerged. Much of it is not available for our full understanding or our full vision. You have to always remember that there is always something hidden. And again, with everything that's going on right now, the agenda is hidden from most of us, okay? Unless you're willing to really dig deep, do your own research, find other outlets for information, which they would want you to believe is fake news. Most of the actual truth is hidden, just like the iceberg, okay? What they're showing us and what they're making a fuss and a focus on is really literally only the tip of the iceberg. You must be vigilant and do your own work. And hopefully that work is the work that you've, and the intentions that you've set during that solar eclipse in August, okay? So we have that. And then we have another upside down card. I'm going to show it to you upright first, but dream time, which is the energy of creation, which is upside down. Okay. And in my opinion, this is also going to connect back to this, which is that they use these distractions. They throw these icebergs out at us to keep us from our true creative potential. Okay. And if you think about, I mean, just look at the imagery here. It's very much an energy of being tapped into the higher crown energies, to the oneness, to your spirituality, to your intuitive, literal dream work, visions, vision quest. So, because again, remember it was upside down. So as we enter this full moon, which is always a good time to do release work of those energies that no longer serve you, I would think that specifically calling for release of things that are blocking you from your dreams and from your intuition be let go of. And then I'm trying to tie this into Mercury Retrograde, but perhaps, you know, everything's kind of topsy-turvy and upside down during that time, which I believe is, like, I know it's starting the 3rd, and I think it goes through December 23rd. So it's pretty much going to carry us through the end of the year. I'm going to just kind of move these up, and I'm going to shuffle my other deck and just see what comes up. Whoever's on, if you have any questions or anything, you can comment. If not, you can stay private. It doesn't show me who you are, and that's okay. So that was the Earth Magic deck. So now I'm going to see if we get some cards on the Enchanted map here. But yeah, you guys, again, it's hard for me to keep myself separated from the messages that I received already in the other video that I filmed, but look for that. I'll be posting it hopefully tonight or tomorrow. And then my computer decided to go Mercury retrograde on my ass and quit half on me when I was already starting on this reading. So that's why I decided just to go ahead and go live. So that is how we are here. Okay, let's just see what we've got. Now, these cards just all came out sideways. Hi, Patrick. When I get a sideways card, to me, it's usually saying that it's pretty much up to you whether or not you want to turn it to be right side up or if it will be upside down, if that makes sense. Not that everything's not in our control or in our power, but really when you get the sideways cards like this, it's really saying that it's up to you, okay? Then once I turn them over, some of them will still be right side up and some of them will still be upside down. Okay, so interesting. We've got Follow the Leader, which is right side up. This is a good card. It is always important to be looking for guidance and looking for leaders, but the most important leader is yourself. Sorry, I'm playing with my dog here, trying to keep him happy. The most important person to receive guidance from is yourself. So as we navigate these kind of more difficult energies of full moons, which can bring things to the surface that need our attention and need to be released, which are sometimes uncomfortable, and certainly during Mercury Retrograde, it's okay to watch videos like mine, and I watch other forecasts, and I look to other spiritual people in the communities, but most importantly, you need to trust yourself and be your own guidance and your own leader, okay? So next we have Encouragement, upside down. This is kind of funny. I did a reading for myself yesterday, which I never do because you guys know that I have a hard time reading for myself, but I did a layout. Was a life's purpose layout, and a lot of these cards that I'm getting I got then, and so it's always just kind of reaffirming the fact that these are the energies that play, not only for myself but for everybody, okay? So anyway, we've got Encouragement. That's how it looks upside right, but when it's in the upside down, sometimes, again, just like when you have to kind of sometimes be your own leader, we all often are looking for encouragement and we need that feeling of reassurance. And it's fantastic if we can get that from other people, but the most important person that we need to get it from is from ourselves. If we have encouraging self-talk in our minds, then we don't really care about what other people think about us, right? If what we're saying to ourselves is positive and uplifting, then we don't care what other people think. So remember, these were sideways, which is the energy that you get to decide on these, which way they are, okay? So as you're going through this last month of 2017, really take some time to shift your energy and your encouragement and your self-talk to a positive flow, to a positive turn, and not an upside down one, okay? And then you know what? Also, be the change that you want to see in the world. If you feel as though you really need to hear some encouraging words and you really need some reassurance, then be that for somebody else. Be that leader for somebody else. And when you do those things, it puts you in alignment to bring more of it into your own life, okay? So I think those cards work really good together. This is another one that I got in my messages yesterday, which is Rock Bottom. Again, it is in reverse. Somehow I had lied to myself, telling myself that somehow getting this card in reverse is really a positive thing, and it's not. Basically, this card in reverse is the representation of addictions, and it came up in my reading, so I know that it definitely is relevant to me, but I'm trying to relay it to a way that it will be for you, for the collective. We're coming up to the holidays. We've got Christmas, we've got New Year's. For me, it's my birthday, and it's my 40th birthday, so I've got a lot of celebrations in the works, but we need to be careful because it's a time that it's kind of socially acceptable to overuse substances, specifically like alcohol and marijuana, which I don't necessarily think are bad, but we can definitely become dependent on them and overuse them. And during the holidays, where we will be with family members and extended family and friends, and we're going to be in Mercury retrograde. It's when you throw things like alcohol in the mix, you're just kind of setting yourself up for disagreements, fights, and misunderstandings. Okay, so again, this was a sideways card. Then I turned around, it was upside down. But this is saying that you have the power to decide which way this goes. Because actually, if this card is upright, it means you have nowhere to go but up, which is a really good thing. But when it's upside down, it's in the energy of addiction and dependency. Okay. And then the last one that we have is Into the Unknown, and it was upright. It originally was sideways, but then when I turn it over, it's upright. And also I got this in my reading, and I swear I shuffled these cards. I mean, I shuffled them when I was done. Yesterday, I saged them. I shuffled them again today. So I wasn't sure if I was going to post that reading or not, but I might now just because I've got so many of the same cards. So Follow the Leader is kind of, you know, we're going into the unknown. We're getting ready to go into a new year. It's a good time for reflection. Mercury retrograde energy, although it always gets a bad rap, it's important for us to use it as a time of reflection. So go back, reflect on the year of 2017, look at the things that were good, look at the things that were bad, make your plans on how you would like it to be better for 2018. And yes, it is into the unknown, but there's like a really exciting energy about that. Okay. And again, when it's on the side like that, you get to decide, do you want to go into it with fear or do you want to go into it with excitement and, fresh energy for, new beginnings. Okay. That's up to you. And I would say to go back to, the equinox cards that we got, specifically the spring equinox, which is rebirth. A new year is a new beginning. Okay. We've got all the, what are they called? When you make like a commitment to do something, resolutions, all the resolutions coming up. But before you get ahead of yourself on the rebirth, make sure that you're closing things out. Make sure that you're clearing first. Okay. We only have so much energetic room. And I talk about this with my clients, just as it's important to not be hoarding like physical items in your home. It's important that we don't hoard emotional energy in our body. So if we want to make room for new exciting things or a new year or new goals and new beginnings, that would be the spring equinox energy, then we have to make sure that we clear our house first. Clear our energetic house. It's a good time to clear your physical house as well, but clear your emotional and spiritual house. Close those things out, the things that came up during the eclipse that asked for your attention. Clear those things out during this full super moon. Really make that last push for clearing, as this is the last full moon of the year, so that when we go into 2018, we go in as a fresh spring rebirth. Okay. So that's how I'm going to go ahead and close that reading out, because I think that that really made a complete story. So, sorry this was so rushed. I tried to do it and film it, but you know, the computer problems. Really just as always, go into this Mercury retrograde, communication issues. Go into the Mercury retrograde, not in fear, but just in awareness, and make sure that you're going into situations with an open mind and an open heart. And if somebody's misunderstanding you, just have a little bit of extra patience. Have a little bit of extra patience with your electronics. Computers are going to be not cooperating. Phones are not going to be cooperating. It's just what it is. Okay. And it's going to be about 20 days and we'll be fine. Use that time to reflect on the things that need reflection. So really, if you think about it, December being the last month of the year is a perfect time for a Mercury retrograde. So I hope that that was helpful for you guys. I'm sure that I will be back on towards the end of the month for a 2017 kind of year-end reading, and then hopefully some 2018 forecasts. But like I said, it is a holiday season, so it's a busy season. It's also my 40th birthday, and I've got a trip coming up the beginning of January. So as far as time goes, I'm not really sure when I will have time, but I know that I will want to make time to do those readings for you guys. Let me know if you have any specific questions or anything, and I appreciate your guys' support so much, and I thank you for watching. And Patrick, I know you're watching, so I will see you tonight at the Oracle card class, and bye-bye.